up? It is Sabrina here and welcome back to my channel. We're doing a thrift with me video. I'm going to take you guys thrifting specifically for home decor. I don't know if that's all I'll get, but that's the main objective. And essentially I just wanted to find a couple pieces for my kitchen, maybe for my baby's room. The main point of this video is just to inspire you guys to go thrifting, especially if you are on a budget for your home. Thrifting definitely takes a little bit of effort and time, but I definitely love it. And today I have my husband and my child with me, so we're gonna go together. Thrifting things for your home can just bring so much unique pieces and just cozy pieces. Like, I feel like just filling your home with brand new decor that's trendy is so typical and generic. So thrifting's a way that you can really make it unique and personalized. We're gonna hit up 2, maybe 3, we'll see. Got my belly band here because y'all know I'm gonna start feeling my pregnancy real fast. So starting off at this first thrift store, I found this ceramic pot that looked kind of vintage to me. It had some blue on it that was really pretty, and it was actually a pretty good price, $5. I really liked it, but I just know that blue is not going to go with my green kitchen cabinet, so I put that back. And I think you guys will notice a theme in this video. I am very attracted to ceramics, so I was looking at those a ton. They had this really pretty white one here, and I just struggled so long to find what to do with it. I had it in my cart for a while, and I just loved it, but it just did not have a purpose in my home. I tried to think of so many different ways I could use it. Could not think of a single thing, but it was very pretty, very unique. I really liked it. There's no reason you should ever have to buy ceramics because there are so many at the thrift store if you just go look for decent prices. And then as I explored some of the shelves more, I was able to find these ceramic airtight canisters that have the scoops with them. I thought these were so cool, and I've honestly found a lot of these at various different thrift stores. And I think these are really great if you want to store sugar and coffee beans and flour all on your counter. These are a great price. They are quite expensive if you buy them brand new, so I just thought that to get them at the thrift store and just wash them up really good would be really cute. One of the things I really like about going to thrift stores for things like this is that it forces you to think outside of the box and to be creative. Instead of just looking at a piece you love right off the Target shelf, this forces you to look around a little bit. And look at this little pot thing I found. It's so unique and cool. I really thought it was so interesting, the design on it. And then I looked at the bottom, it's from Dollar General, so it's definitely not a vintage piece, probably not like top quality or anything, but just things like that. It can just inspire you to think of different styles that you'd want for your home instead of always just gravitating towards the same ones. There's just so many glassware that looks so interesting and has a lot of character. I know that some people love to thrift for vintage designer or expensive brands. For me, that's not really my goal. I just want to get something that I really like and that's good quality. So that's what I search for. If I see something is like from the Dollar General, for example, I'm probably just not going to buy it here because, you know, they price it kind of to match the tag that's on the product if there is a tag left. For example, this one right here was only $5, and I thought this piece was a lot more unique and just cool. But the blue colors get to me. I just do not like that shade of blue. It's on so many different handmade pottery. Again, this little ceramic dish was so cute. I loved it. I loved the shape of it, everything, but it was blue and I just do not like that shade of blue. It doesn't go with my kitchen either, so I was kind of bummed out. So much of that handmade pottery that's unique is always a shade of blue. Don't know why. I also found these pretty cool little soup bowls that I thought would be really pretty to put on an exposed shelf. They just look so interesting because they had that little handle on them. I found this little glass plate I thought would be really pretty to put underneath some of my potted plants just to hold some of the water in case it spills. And even though I didn't end up getting it, I just wanted to show you guys that you definitely can find things like that here at the thrift store for cheap. So as I draw to a close here at the first thrift store, I didn't end up actually buying anything that I put in my cart, but it was an interesting thrift store. I've never been here before. They had a lot of ceramics there. I feel like the prices were a bit high, but that's fine. Let's just move on to the next one, which is Goodwill. So starting off at Goodwill, I first just sifted through some of these tablecloths and linens for the table, and there's actually quite a bit of fall colors here. Placemats were really nice. And then I went over to the ceramics. As y'all know, I'm kind of obsessed with those, and it's kind of what I'm looking for lately, so that's what we did. Lots of mugs, lots of pieces here as well. One of the reasons I've turned more towards the cottage style instead of just having the modern style is because it just feels so cozy to me and emulates warmth and welcome. And that's what I want my family to feel like when they're in my house. So that's why I actually wanted to purposely thrift some of this cottage style decor for my home, because I know it would mean a lot to me if I found it myself. And also it would be unique because it wouldn't be just something I could order quickly off of Amazon. Now this little ceramic container I was so excited to find because I've been looking for something to store my salt in, and this was perfect. It was lightweight, $3, and the perfect color, shape, everything about it was so cute, so I immediately put that in my cart. I also noticed quite a few of fall ceramics, as you see with this little mug, and then other things that I found at the other thrift store. So if you guys are looking for some seasonal decor, definitely also check out this area in the thrift stores because it's a little cheaper than buying things brand new. This was another ceramic bowl I thought was really pretty and looked a little bit like it was handmade. And then this little mug set here for espresso. This ceramic pitcher was gorgeous. I kind of wanted it, but I don't really have a use for it. I already have a pitcher, so I put that one back. These airtight ceramic containers definitely get expensive if you want to buy them brand new, and I found them here for $5, and there was actually two. I also found these little containers. There's so many things similar to this at many of the thrift stores I saw. Again, those airtight ones with the scoops, except this one was missing the scoop. But this was only $3. This green little teapot was really cute. I was, again, trying to think if I could do anything with it, but I just couldn't. And I do recommend you guys, if you can't find a use for it in your house where it's going to be functional and pretty, don't buy it just because it's cheap, just because you found it at a thrift store. There's a lot of pieces I found that I loved, but I didn't end up buying because I just couldn't use it in my house, and I don't want to just fill up my house with a bunch of unusable items. All right, the next section was the basket section, and I was actually excited for this because I do need some baskets. I did notice that some of the prices on these baskets were a little bit expensive for something secondhand in my opinion, but you know, they're still a lot cheaper than buying them brand new. And there were some unique pieces that you wouldn't necessarily just find at a regular place. So I found a lot of cute pieces, but definitely it's about finding the most functional one, not just the cute one. I definitely feel like with Goodwill, the prices will vary. For example, the ceramics were all pretty cheap and affordable, while the basket seemed a little much. I loved this basket. It's the kind that you can just hang on a wall. Alright guys, moving on to the third and final thrift store. This was probably my favorite for ceramics and just home decor in general because the prices were so cheap at this one. It was a locally owned one and it was just amazing. I found everything in here was so cool to look at. So this cottage core design that I am trying to implement into my home is something relatively new for me. I did not know that I loved the cottage core style until I saw some other kitchens that just exuded coziness and warmth, and that's when I decided to switch. So let me know down below in the comments some of your guys' tips for incorporating the cottage style into your homes and what you guys do. Also, again, these ceramic airtight containers were everywhere. All of these cute jars are just so abundant. If you just look for them, there's really no need to buy them brand new. I found some vases here that were also really cute and unique. And then I actually found some silver platters that I think could be super cool. I don't know if they were real silver. I almost think they are because they were priced a little high for something that's just secondhand. But if you guys are looking for something like this to hold your keys, this would be a great option. And then I just found a bunch of these little sets for ceramic dishes. I thought these pink ones were so adorable. If you guys are into the colors and designs, instead of buying a brand new set, you should just come and look at a thrift store. You can find some really unique pieces. They also had so many teapots. And my husband and I just do not drink tea. It would not be practical, but I was trying so hard to justify because there were so many cool, unique ceramic ones. And this one here that I'm looking at was $15, which is a bit much, although it was very pretty. However, there were plenty of other ones that were just a couple of dollars, $3, $5, and they're just so cute. Even just for display to stick on a shelf, I thought these were great. These thrift stores that are local have been in my area for a very long time. I have just never heard of them or seen them because I always just went to Goodwill. It was my default. It's the most well-known thrift store there is. However, you guys, if you look in your area, just try to find those small hidden gems, those businesses that aren't huge. They're wonderful. This is just a little stone container that I thought was super cool for $2, so cheap. And then this was a massive honey pot that I wanted, but again, don't need that. Moving on to the basket section, there were so many baskets at this place for really affordable prices. I actually ended up getting one from here, so definitely loved the basket selection here the best. They had so many pieces, good quality, different styles. You could find a use for just about any of them. With fall approaching, I think baskets can add so much to your decor. You can put some straw in there or some leaves and just really cozy up a place really easily. They have so many if you just go look at them, so you can decide what you want to do with what. But definitely for the fall season is almost my favorite time to go thrifting because there's just so many things that you can use for seasonal decor. Moving on to the framed section, I did not find a ton of things here because I honestly just wasn't looking for anything in particular. They have a lot of gold frames as well and mirrors, so these can get actually really expensive. I remember trying to shop for them and they were just a lot, so check out your thrift store. Their furniture here was also very affordable. This was $10 for this chair, and I think like $40 for this entire dresser, which is a great price. So again, if you're looking for these little pieces to add to your home, whether it's an accent chair or a little side table or a dresser or something that is just a bigger piece, maybe expensive, this would be the place to go. This was $35 for this whole wardrobe. I know those are kind of outdated, but it does go with the cottage style, so that's why I thought they would be useful for the video. Alright, so we are back from thrifting and I ended up going to 3 different places. The first place had a lot of great things, but as you guys saw, I put a ton in my cart and I ended up taking it out. I ended up talking myself out of getting so many things because for me, I like certain pieces. They're pretty, they're unique, but I'm not going to necessarily use them. Like if they're not functional, I don't just want to fill my house up with clutter. But the first place, I didn't get anything. The second place we went to was Goodwill. And I did end up getting these two. So this first thing is just a little ceramic container thing. It's actually pretty lightweight, so it's not too heavy or anything like that. This was about $3 and it just came with a little lid like that. I'm planning to use this for salt because I have a big container of salt from Costco and I don't just want to take that out every time. So I'm going to keep this up on a shelf and just put some salt in it. I thought it was so cute and perfect. The next thing I got from there was this basket. I just thought this was so beautiful. The minute I saw it, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I want. So the price for this was $4. There is something on the bottom that I'm gonna have to try to get out. I also need to look up the best way to clean baskets because I plan on maybe putting some kitchen towels in here up on a shelf. So I ended up spending about $7.66 total. The last place we went to, there were so many pretty ceramics, so many things that I really loved. But this is what I ended up getting, was this basket. So this is just a $10 basket, which I thought the prices were very good at this thrift store. So I'm honestly okay with that. This is a very sturdy basket. It is really big too. I know that straw baskets can be expensive. So This is definitely what we wanted. This is a little broken on the sides, but for what we're using it for, it's literally gonna be sliding in and out of a shelf. We're not even gonna use those. It's gonna be going in like this and out like this. So this is just perfect. I'm gonna plan to use this in my baby girl's room for her clothing. Overall, 3 things, but honestly, what it's about is just finding things that you actually need. Sometimes with thrifting, the price can just get you to just buy a bunch of things because it's cheap and it's cute. But if you're not gonna use it and it's just gonna end up cluttering up your home, don't buy it. Thrifting is a lot of fun, but don't be unwise because you can just quickly fill up your house with a bunch of garbage and wake up one day and be like, I don't need any of this, why did I buy it? You know what I mean? So just be very selective with what you buy, be careful with what you buy so that when you do bring something home, you really love it, it's functional, it's useful, and you're not going to regret it later down the road. That was it for today's video. Let me know if you want to see more content like this. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.